Yo, peace was good. You guys read the title. You guys know what I want to talk about. I'm gonna call this video MCs of the 2000s. And what prompted me to do this video is because in the past, even these past couple of days, a lot of people has been asking me artists that I like from new artists that's out today, and you know, things like that. So to make it more easier for me, I'm just gonna put up. I have a shitload of people that I wrote, as you can see here. So that tells me I'm gonna have to do like 2 parts or some shit like that. And what it is like, you know, pretty much artists that came out, you know, anytime from 2000 and up, you know what I mean? So, and I will be naming some artists from the late 90s, you know, just simply because, like, even though they came out in the late 90s, but they didn't really do much, but they got their, you know, they put most of the material in the 2000s, so I'll include them in there, you know what I'm saying? So, and in disclaimer, this is my list. I don't want to hear no, well, you should have put this and such. I would have done this. I would have put. That's fine. I'm cool with that. But make your list. This is my list. You guys asked for it. You be careful what you ask for. So, and that's just my disclaimer, because when I did my top 40, my top 20 albums of all time, niggas was getting butthurt because of what I put. Like, oh, I disagree with your list. I would have put this and that. That's fine, but this is my list. Alright, so I just had to throw it out there. Alright, so without further ado, I'm gonna start with the first artist. First artist is Planet Asia of Fresno, California. Very dope artist in my opinion. I mean, he's been putting in work for years. You know, you got to start back in the late 90s. Well, more mid 90s, but you know, he started putting in more work. I know you got to start with like Peanut Butter Wolf. He worked with an artist, with a producer named Fanatic, and then you put out a couple of 12 inches, and he's worked with Peanut Butter Wolf for one point. And then throughout the years, man, he's just putting out albums after albums and albums and albums. I mean, I really like that dude. He's been putting in work for years, man. Even to this day, he's putting in work. Albums that I would recommend you checking out from him. I would check out his Pain Language album that he did with DJ Muggs. Oh my god, that came out in 2008. Highly recommend checking that out. Also check out his Abrasions album that he did with Gensu Dean. He's a dope producer. He's pretty dope. I would recommend checking that album out. Even the album he did with this producer from Orlando, Florida, called Zarism, I think is his name. It's spelled TZARIZM. Zarism, I think that's how you say it. That's a pretty dope album too. Definitely check those 3. I'll post like the name of the art, the name of the artist, and then the albums or projects or songs to check out. All right, that's Planet Asia. Next artist I want to talk about is Hush Kingpin. Dope artist from Hempstead, Long Island. You know, very dope. He was part of a group called The Connection. It was him and Smoovth. But Smoovth is spelled SMOOVTH. Smooth. And you know, there was like a hip hop duo from Long Island, Hempstead, Long Island, and stuff like that. And to put it in a nutshell, if you guys like Rock Marciano, then you would like Hush Kingpin. Songs or albums I would check out for, or mixtapes, because he's been putting out mixtapes. A dope mixtape I would check out from him is Cognac Tapes. That's a pretty dope mixtape from him. What else? What's a good one? He did a collab. I can't think of the top of my head. I'm sorry. I gotta look it up. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. That's Kingpin. House of Kingpin. That's another dope mixtape. Like I mentioned, it. Cognac Tape. That's another dope joint right there. And it's all original production. Like, you know, not stuff that people will get like you know, like industry beats and stuff like that. Cause like, no, that's how people first start out, and then, you know, you eventually start getting producers, which I'm glad people are doing now. Cause I'm tired of like the whole like people grabbing beats from like, you know, from the 90s and like, you know, rapping over them. Like, I would rather you just get a producer and make 90s style beats if you're gonna do it like that. That's just my opinion. But that's his Kingpin, which moves me to another person, Smoovth, that I just mentioned. He's another dope MC from Hempstead, Long Island. He's part of the Connection group, which with Hus Kingpin, another dope MC right there. He's kind of like, again, if you guys like rock marciano and stuff like that kind of style of hip hop, then again, he's another dope dude I would just definitely check out. That album I would check out from him is a joint called The Red Dot Plot. I think, yeah, The Red Dot Plot is a pretty dope one. Hempstead Bred is another dope mixtape to check out. Yeah, that dude, he puts in work, man. He's very dope. You guys probably have heard the record label called Digi Crates. Well, they're part of that whole thing. So both of them, Hus Kingpin and Smoovth. So definitely check them out, man. They're pretty dope. Next artist I want to talk about is Sam Hill from the Bronx. But it's spelled the $, then A-M Hill, Hill, Sam Hill. He's pretty dope. I've known of him I want to say back in the late 2000s. I think like around 2008, 2009. My introduction to him was actually on a song called Don't Question Me. It was on a hip hop producer a producer group or a producer duo by the name of the P Brothers, and they had an album out called I think it was called Gas Brothers or some shit like that, or The Gas I think it's called. And he had a song on there called Don't Question Me, and when I heard that shit, it made me really like this dude's music right there, and it just really I really like his style. You know, it has like that old New York feel, but with a new twist, with a new feel, if that makes sense. A song to check out, definitely that song I told you about, Don't Question Me. He has a project out called The Sam Hill Story, which came out I think like last year or the year before. Definitely check that joint out. Like again, all that stuff I'll put down in the description box so you guys can check it out. Alright, next artist is Maffew Ragazino out of Brownsville, Brooklyn. Very dope MC out there. I mean, he's fucking dope. I believe Master Ace was the one that founded him, like, you know, kind of put him on, and that's how he got his start. I think Master Ace kind of co-signed him, and that's how he got his start and things like that. He's been in the game for a couple years now. He's been in the game, I think, since like late 2000s. I think like since like 2008, 2009. Projects I would check out for him is Brownsville's Jesus. That's a pretty dope project. Ryan Pays. That's another dope joint I would check out. But definitely Brownsville Jesus is a pretty dope project for him. I would definitely check that joint out. Next artist is Joey Badass. Another dope MC. He's from Flatbush, Brooklyn. He's like, I think he's 20 years old now. He put out a mixtape called 1999, and his whole Pro Era crew. Recipes to Capital Steez. Recipes to Big L, because I know this is his anniversary day since he passed away. Just throw that. I know some of you guys gonna tell me that in the comments, like, oh, Big L died, so I thought I'd just throw that out there. But yeah, Joey Badass, pretty dope MC. You know, he's sort of, like I said, using 90s industry beats and things like that. And then I think the second project he put out, I believe, was I think it was called Summer Nights, which is actually my favorite project from him. I did hear Before the Money, but I prefer Summer Nights. I think it fits his style so well, and I just love the production on that album. You know what I mean? I just think like he has progressed as an MC. You know what I mean? But even though like Before the Money was his debut album, but I felt like the Summer Nights mixtape to me felt more like his first album, in my opinion. I just like how it was sequenced. I love joints like that's another mix. That's a project for him I would recommend. I would check that out, the Summer Nights album, because it's like original production and stuff like that. He has a joint on there that I really like called Sorry Benita, which I thought was pretty dope. yeah, man, 95 Until Infinity, I thought that was pretty dope. You know, very, very, very dope project right there. Joey Badass, he does have a future ahead of him. If he keeps doing what he do, I really fucks with him too. Alright. Next person is a guy from across the street, across the pond, as they would say. From the UK. His name is Ransom Bad Bones. Very dope MC. He actually, his style is kind of like a horrorcore. It's like his style is very dark, you know what I mean? And it does have like a horrorcore feel to it. Let me see something. He has a project out called Bad Influence. I would check out. It's called Bad Influence, and he does have a Bandcamp. I'll post his Bandcamp account in the description box, so you know you guys can check him out. Very dope MC right there. Very unique. He has a very unique voice, but the production that he has kind of fits fits him and stuff like that. I really fucks with that dude. Very dope. Next artist, he's one of my favorite artists from the UK. If not, he's definitely my favorite one. Is Melanin 9. That dude is a fucking beast, man. I chop it up with him on Facebook all the time. You know, we talk a lot and stuff like that. He's a cool cat, man. He's very humble, very smart too. My introduction to Melanin 9 was actually back in the late 2000s. I want to say like around 2007, 2008. He had a mixtape out called High Fidelity, which I'll post down in the description box. His Bandcamp. He got some dope shit, man. He has his album. He put out his debut album called Magna Carta. Very dope album. I do have it in my collection. I have to do a review on that one day. To describe him, he has like a really dark sound as far as production. If you guys like, if you mix Nas, like a little bit of Nas from the Illmatic era to the It Was Written era, so meaning Nasty Nas mixed with Nas Escobar, and then you add like Tragedy Gaddafi, and then a little bit of Mobb Deep, like Mobb Deep from like Hell on Earth, Murder Music era, then you get Melanin 9. And that dude, man, could spit, man. His shit, like, sometimes I have to rewind and listen to what he said. I mean, he's fucking dope. He's very poetic. He has some dope videos on YouTube. Definitely check him out. Like, I'll post his Bandcamp so you can check him out. Definitely support dope music, man. And which leads to me with the group that he's part of course, Triple Darkness. Man, these cats from the UK, man, I would have to say these cats are, to me, are some of the best artists I've heard from the UK in a long time. Triple Darkness is an 11-man crew, which consists of, I wrote it down, Cyrus Malachi. He's another dope MC. If you like Melanin 9, he's another one to check out. Cyrus Malachi, Melanin 9, like I mentioned before, Blasphemy, Ray Vendetta, he's dope. Tesla's Ghost, he's dope. Crown Nectar, Solo Black, Rings of Saturn, shout out to him. Iron Braid, shout out to him too. Black Prophet and Bad Company, dope producer. Rings of Saturn, dope producer too. Bad Company, he's a dope producer as well. Yeah, these cats are dope, man. I mean, this is like an all-star team, man. I mean, as far as like, you know, like hip hop, man. If you guys like Wu-Tang, I would say a little bit of like Enter the 36 Chambers, but more so of like the Wu-Tang Forever era, like that sound. Maybe not that sound, but a little bit of that sound. But the way they were rapping at that time, then you'll definitely enjoy Triple Darkness, man. A little bit of like Wu-Tang from 97, 98, a little bit of Mobb Deep, then you'll definitely enjoy Triple Darkness, man. I mean, these cats are fucking dope. I love those cats, man. I hope they prosper, man. I hope they keep putting out dope music like they usually do. I mean, I fucks with them. That's another group that I'll post like all this stuff. I'll post like some songs from them or their Bandcamp so you guys can check it out. Next artist is Black Milk out of Detroit. Very dope producer slash MC. I mean, he's been putting work since the since the early 2000s. I mean, he pretty much left off with J Dilla when he died. He pretty much took over, in my opinion, as far as like, kind of like took off where, you know, where J Dilla left off, in my opinion. I mean, his sound is very reminiscent, but with his own twist, in my opinion. One thing I love about Black Milk is his drums. He has some of the illest drums in hip hop right now. This is not so hard, man. Let me see how much time I got left. Yeah, I still got some time. Black Milk, yeah, his sound is very, very dope, very hardcore, very dope. Projects I would recommend from him is actually his second album, Tronic, that came out 2009. Yeah, 2009. Tronic and No Poison, No Paradise. Those two albums are my favorite albums from him. His other albums were dope, but I prefer those two. I just like how dark it is. It's like, it was very experimental for him because, and with Tronic, you know, he was using more electronic samples because with the first two albums that he put out, The Soul of the City, it was called Sound of the City, that came out in 2005, which I'm pretty sure is pretty hard to come by, and Popular Demand, which I do have in my collection, is actually, he uses like more soul samples, which is cool, but I kind of like how he kind of expanded his horizon and started using more electronic samples, which I really like. Pretty dope. But yo, those two projects I would recommend, Tronic and No Poison, No Paradise. Fucking love that album. Those two albums. Alright. Skyzoo, he's another MC from Brooklyn that I fucks with. Really like his joint. I really like him as an MC. He's really cool. I actually met him back in 2010 at the Duckdown 15 year anniversary concert, but it was before the concert. Like, he was mad cool. I was chopping it up with him. I really fucks with him. I've known about him since like the mid 2000s. Like, I think it was like around 2006, 2007. He had a joint out called Get It Done with Primo, and another song he did with Primo, which I thought was pretty cool. And you know, he's done stuff with like, you know, with Ninth Wonder, stuff like that. Projects I would recommend from him is Live from the Tape Deck with Oh Mine. I thought that was pretty dope. Cloud 9, the Cloud 9 tape. I think it's called Cloud 9. I think it's called Cloud something, but it's with Ninth Wonder. I think it is called Cloud 9. Check that joint out. Even his debut album, The Salvation, that's pretty dope. He did another joint that I thought was pretty cool. What was it called? Music for My Friends. I thought that was pretty cool. A Dream Deferred. That was another dope project for him. He's pretty dope, man. He's pretty dope. I fucks with him. Which brings me on to his next artist, Torae from Coney Island, Brooklyn. Very dope MC. He's very dope. He's very hungry. You can tell. He had just came out with an album called Entitled. I like it. It's cool, but I don't think it's his best project in my opinion. I actually prefer his. I have it on here. Give me 1 second. For the Record, I thought that was pretty cool. He had a joint, I think, that came out in 2009. I think it was called Daily Conversation. That one was actually pretty cool too. I would recommend that joint too. Very, very dope. Torae. Yeah, man, keep doing your thing, my dude. Yeah, so those are the albums I would recommend. Daily Conversation and I would say Barrel Brothers. The Barrel Brothers with Marco Polo. That album that collab album he did in 2009. Oh my god. Woo! Yeah, those two I would definitely recommend that joint right there with Torae. Next artist is Starvin B. Very dope MC from Queens, New York. Very, very dope. I fucks with that dude right there. I mean, Starvin B, like, he's another cat that, you know, very hungry. I would like, he remind me of those cats that you would hear like from the late 90s, like back in like when, like, you know, cats in New York would like you know, just drop like 12 inches, like something like you would hear from like the Final Records era, like Stretch and Bobbito, like you would hear on Stretch and Bobbito and stuff like that. Like, he kind of remind me of that. Projects I would check for him is Be Like Water, that's another dope. That's a dope album I would check out from him. Blood from a Stone, I would check that album out. Something in the Water. I mean, those three right there are like my favorite projects for him. He has a Bandcamp, so I'll post those down in the description box. Definitely check those out when you guys get a chance. Spit Gemz, he's another MC from East New York, Brooklyn. Is a connection because, you know, they're kind of like they're part of the whole Low Life crew, like somewhat affiliated with the Low Lives and stuff like that. Spit Gemz, he's another cat that, just like Starvin B, very hungry, really fucks with his shit. Projects I would recommend from him is End the TV, Fuck the Radio, what else? Welcome to Hell's Gate. Those are pretty dope joints from him. Yeah, man, Spit Gemz, he fucking delivers, man. And I follow him on Facebook, and he's pretty cool, man. He's a cool cat, man. Very humble, but also he tells it like it is, man. So Spit Gemz, shout out to him, salute to him. You know what I mean? Another MC that I really fucks with heavy is Mayhem Lauren. Love this dude. Anything he puts out, I fucking co-sign. You guys might know him as like Action Bronson's right hand man. I do like Action Bronson, but I didn't put him on the list, you know, because I like Action Bronson, but he's kind of hit and miss for me. I prefer Mayhem Lauren because he's like more, I don't know, I like his style. His style is like more street, you know what I mean, in a sense. Again, just like Starvin B, you know, he kind of reminds me of somebody that you would hear like during like the mid to late 90s during the Stretch and Barbito era. Like, he just kind of remind me of that, you know what I mean? And what I like about him, even though he's like really street, but his ear for beats, and like he does have a sense of humor, you know what I mean? But it's not forced, it's like really funny. Projects I would recommend from him is pretty much everything he has put out. The Self-Induced Illness that came out in 2011, which is a double disc album. It's his first album, it's his debut album. It's pretty much songs that he has recorded throughout, I think, from like 2007 to like 2011. So it's songs that he recorded over the years, and he just put it all in two CDs. Definitely check that out. Respect the Fly shit is pretty dope. What else? What's that shit called? Silk Pyramids, the collab album that he did with what's his name? DJ with Buckwild of DITC. Definitely check that joint out. Very dope. And let me see how much time I got left. Alright, I'm gonna cut it short because, you know, I got a lot more to go. Alright. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's might have to end up being like 3 parts because the list of people that I have is fucking crazy. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video. So definitely stay tuned for more. Peace.